It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. Breaking. Gunmen kidnap traditional ruler in Imo State. The news in full. Gunmen at the early hours of Thursday abducted the traditional ruler of Umbutu, ancient kingdom in Abo Imbaise local government area of Imo State, Eze Damian Onwaigwe. A source told our correspondent that the monarch was abducted at his palace around 2:30 a.m. According to the source, the gang, numbering about 10, shot sporadically before whisking the monarch away. They kidnapped the traditional ruler of Umbutu Ancient Kingdom, Eze Damian Onwaigwe, around 2:30 a.m. today at his palace. There were more than 10 in number and shot sporadically before taking the traditional ruler away, the source stated. According to the source, the gang, numbering about 10, shot sporadically before whisking the monarch away. They kidnapped the traditional ruler of Umbutu Ancient Kingdom, Eze Damian Onwaigwe, around 2:30 a.m. today at his palace. There were more than 10 in number and shot sporadically before taking the traditional ruler away. The source stated. He added that the palace of the monarch is situated a bit from the residences of the subjects. It was gathered that the incident threw the villagers into panic as they waked till dawn. The State Police Public Relations Officer, CSP Michael Abatam, confirmed the incident and said that the command had swung into action to ensure the monarch is released unhurt. And this is the news about the gunmen who had kidnapped a traditional ruler in Imo State, the ancient kingdom in Abo Imbaise local government area of Imo State, Eze Damian Onwaigwe. And this is just a very few out of the numerous reports of kidnaps by the unknown gunmen, and it is necessary for the government, just as usual, to quickly rise to this and see that these people are actually brought to book, because this is yet again another sad scenario. Supporters of Mr. Kanu seeking entry to the Federal High Court in Abuja were met by a pro-Nigerian group which accused the former of supporting Mr. Kanu and his desire for Nigeria's breakup. The former was speaking to journalists outside the court, accusing the government of injustice in Mr. Kanu's trial. They accused the federal government of secretly following Mr. Kanu before his arrest in Kenya, and they also claimed the government had barred Mr. Kanu's foreign lawyer and a few of his followers from appearing in court. While the pro-Biafra group was addressing the journalists, the pro-Nigerian group approached them with placards bearing various inscriptions. Nyako led court by the Nigerian government for charges bordering on terrorism. He was arrested in June, Kenya, and repatriated to Nigeria. The Kanu's lawyer had actually lamented being locked out of court, and the lawyer, Bruce Finn, that is the American lawyer, had actually threatened to take up the case to the international court. Where on Wednesday, addressing journalists outside the court premises, the visibly infuriated lawyers said that they have lost trust in the ability of the court to deliver justice and would therefore take the case to an international court. I do not think we are going to continue with this court, and most likely we are going to take it out from here. By the virtue of what transpired today, I do not think we still trust in the ability of the court to deliver justice in this case, one of the lawyers, known as Ifeanyi Ejiofor, had said, complaining that today was the 5th time I was told I could not enter the courtroom, despite the court's previous order that Nnamdi Kanu could have access to any 3 persons he wanted to. Another lawyer, Bruce Finn, lamented. It is clear 5 times that they are targeting me in particular, and that is the reason why this proceeding cannot transpire today. I am here to tell Nigerians that I am taking this to the international tribunal. It is clear that the Nigerian courts are compromised, Finn added. Following the refusal by the operatives of the Department of State Services DSS to allow some of them access into the courtroom, some other lawyers who were within the courtroom staged a walkout. Consequently, Justice Binta Nyako had actually adjourned the case now to January 19, 2022. That the governors aren't bothered about possible conflicts that may mar the Anambra governorship election, but are deeply concerned about how to take political power by all means by winning the Anambra governorship seats by hook or crook. Therefore, the rights group expressed consternation that since July, the leadership of the IPOB was allegedly kidnapped by the Nigerian government from Kenya and brought back to Nigeria to continue his trial for an alleged treasonable felony for his role in championing the campaign for self-determination in the southeast of Nigeria. The elected leaders of the southeast of Nigeria, that is the Igbo-speaking nationality, have yet to concretely convince the president to urban the IPOB and remove a ruinous tag of being a terrorist group slammed on the self-proclaimed unharmed IPOB. Uriwa said that instead of opting for peaceful negotiations and the adoption of non-kinetic steps by the federal government to douse the rising tension created by the detention of the leader of the IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the federal government and the southeast governors have largely adopted bellicose and confrontational military strategies to confront a situation that could have been resolved through peaceful and constructive means. It said that the recent moves by the federal government to militarize Anambra State, with the elections barely a few days away and the threat to call out the people of the southeast of Nigeria on a week-long sit-at-home protest made by the IPOB, is an unambiguous signal that the election in Anambra State would be characterized by bloodbath, which is what the rights group is asking all and sundry to avert. The rights group recalled that President Muhammadu Buhari had ordered a massive deployment of security agents in the Anambra State to ensure that under no circumstances will anything be allowed to stop the elections from taking place peacefully. The police had on October 14th announced that they would deploy 34,587 personnel to Anambra State to ensure peace during the poll, even as the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, had earlier hinted that the federal government was considering imposing a state of emergency in Anambra to ensure peaceful conduct of the poll. Also, the IPOB had declared a one-week sit-at-home protest across the southeast state starting from November 5, the eve of the governorship election in Anambra State. Also, the INEC had said that its commission is prepared. The commission had so far recruited and mobilized about 25,000 ad hoc staff that would man the 5,720 polling units in the southeast. Our preparations are on course, even with all the challenges we are facing, such as the attacks on our state office on May 23rd and the sit-at-home order, which is eating into our preparations. But we are doing our best to ensure that we overcome these challenges, and we can only urge the public to remain law-abiding in order to achieve the desired electoral success in the state, he said. The Apex Igbo Sociocultural Group had therefore appealed to the indigenous people of Biafra to revisit their declaration of a sit-at-home order for the 1 week during which the Anambra State governorship election will hold.